Hey everybody, Pete here with the Golf Paradigm and the Golf Underground, which is our blog and podcast. Check us out online. Strength is an important part of golf. As we all know, you look at Rory McIlroy today, you look at Tiger Woods, you look at all these great players. And in particular, hand and forearms and wrist strength is imperative really to your short game. If you look at the comparative analysis between the men and women, men's short games are far better than women's, simply because men are stronger, up to 30% on average. And when you're stronger, you do not have to hold the club as tight, meaning your touch and feel actually go up. So this video here and these tips will really relate to women on how to increase your hand, wrist, and forearm strength so that you don't have to hold the club as tight. Now, if you're doing deadlifts, chin-ups, and things like that in the gym, those are going to increase your grip strength all on their own. But if you're not doing those, let's say you're on the road or you don't have access to that type of equipment, you want to be resourceful. And I'm going to give you some things that will really help you in that way. So the old one is you take a golf club and you would hold it at the end, and you'd extend your arm and you would just rotate from side to side until the club was parallel to or horizontal to the ground, and then you would rotate slowly all the way over to the other side, and you would go back and forth. You would do about 10 to 15 reps, about 3 to 5 sets each. If you are not strong enough and you can't take a long club, take something like your sand wedge. It's shorter. If you are so weak that you can't use a sand wedge where your hand's all the way at the end, then just start gripping down to where you're shortening your sand wedge and to where you can get 3 sets to 5 sets of 10 to 15. All right, that's one way. The other way that I found has been extremely helpful is you take something like this. This is an old set of dumbbells where you can obviously adjust the weight. You can screw this off and on. And what you would do is you would just like this, and you'd hold it back, and then you just lift up like that. All right, and that's going to get the bottom side of your forearm, and as you get to the top side of your forearm. And again, you would do 3 to 5 sets, 12 to 15 of those. And then to superset that, you would go down, put your forearm on your leg, and then you would curl the weight up. Now, why is that better than just a normal wrist curl? Simply because you get a fuller range of motion with your wrist and the way that your hand is angled. If you notice, your hand is also set the same way it is in a golf club. So as you're coming into the ball, your ability to control the club this way becomes much more improved. Now, why is strength such an important part of control and distance? Again, if you're stronger, you're not holding the club as tight, and it gives you better touch and feel. And the more strength you have, if you are off in your swing, let's say at a 1/4 inch, you have the strength that you don't get to a 1/2 inch off, so your center face contact becomes much better. So a lot of what we do in golf is always gripping, it's squeezing. If you're lifting weights and you're pulling on a bar, you're always squeezing down, so you get an exponential disparity in the ratio of strength from squeezing to extending. And if you do that long enough, you're going to get something like a golfer's elbow and or tennis elbow. So you can take rubber bands, or you can go to IronMind, IronMind.com, or you can find these hand bands on Amazon, and you simply, there's varying levels. As you can see, the thickness varies. As you go up, the thickness obviously gets bigger, and they're color coded. So obviously the thinner one is much easier to move than the thicker one. And you can do this while you're driving to work. You can do it while you're sitting watching the news. You put the rubber band over the tips or nails of your fingers, and you simply extend your fingers out. You might even hold for a second or two and then slowly return. And then you extend out and slowly return. And you do that, again, 10 to 15 reps, 3 to 5 sets. And again, that makes the extensors in the back of your hand, your wrist, and your forearm stronger, because as you're swinging golf clubs on a daily basis, you're always squeezing. As you're lifting weights, you're squeezing. As you're doing some of these exercises, you're squeezing. So give those a shot. I think that you'll find that over time that your hand strength, dexterity, health improves, and you'll balance out the ratio of the strength of squeezing and extending, and you'll feel a hell of a lot better in the process.